Oh, what a day this morning. What a weekend, huh? Well, we're looking for a long opportunity here. Let the market open up, and the standard deviation on the New York stock tick chart is being traded under, but it looks like it's moving higher. So I think we're going to look for an opportunity here. Where? I got no idea. If we're on the wrong side of this trade, we'll have to, limit our losses with a stop and see if we can get right. But volume's light. Let's buy the 63, 64s. Let's take the 64 longs. See if there's a shakeout. Our stop on this is wide. It's 1250. That's quite a stop, but that's I think what we have to do considering the volatility. We'll pause video and let the market do its thing. Well, we're holding on to this trade. Our first exit target is the gap yesterday, Friday in the 90s. The actual, let me expand my chart here. Hold on a second. The gap range is from 86 to 93 with a close at 92 and change. So that area is our first target for an exit. If we do get out there, of course, we'll analyze NYSE tick and everything else that we look at and see if there's another potential entry. But I think the market's set to rally here. There's a lot of overnight inventory way short, and we could easily bounce up to the point of control of Friday, which is actually all the way up around 1300. So far, so good. It looks like there's no longer-term time frame selling below the 60s, below the 72 area. So far, we've had an accumulation of about 12,500 delta positive on about a 300,000 volume first 8-period opening 30-minute bar. The B period opens in 4 minutes. So I think we have a pretty good trade location with the 64s. Would have been nice to get long just on the open period, but I waited for just a minute or even less than about 30 seconds and went from 60 to 64. So I think we got a pretty good trade location. It looks like the B period is going to be opening in the upper quadrant of the A period range, and that should propel us to new highs over the A period. And our stop, like I say, is pretty far away. It's 14 points per contract underneath where we got in. It's underneath the Globex low. I think that's a fairly safe stop to absorb any volatility. So we'll just stay here and stay patient. Everything looks good for continuing here to the upside. Our first exit is the closing range. I forgot what that range was. Let me check again. Closing range was from 86 to 94 with the close at 92.50. So as we get up toward the mid 80s, we'll be looking at the market real carefully to see if we can get out with that gap somewhere. We also are trading 3 contracts based on our analyzer money management protocol. Last week with our winning streak on Friday put us up over 30,000. An additional 10,000 was accrued over the first few weeks, and we traded 1 contract for 10,000 up to 4, and then with the analyzer we're using, the multiples are 4, so it'd be 8, 12, 16, so on and so forth. We might actually configure our swing trading analyzer at some point, because with the swing trading you can get out of all your positions at one price, with the day trading, it's designed so that it gives the trader the opportunity to scale out. That's why it's incrementally set by the number 4. But for now, it'll be a while till we get to 4. We would need to make you know, an additional 10,000 over the 3 lot, over the 30,000. Once we hit 40,000, we could trade 4. Once we hit 50,000, we would still trade 4 according to the day trading analyzer. Same thing would hold true with 60,000, 70,000, and 80,000. We would bump it up to 8. If we use the swing trading version, then when we got to 50, we could trade 5, 60, we could trade 6, and so on and so forth. So we might contemplate configuring the swing trading analyzer and making that all the charts the same as the day trading analyzer, and maybe putting the data over to that swing trading version. So it would be a lot of work because there's a lot of trades already in the day trading version. But for now, I think we're okay. So we'll just pause the video. We're breaking over the 8-period high. We're in B period here, and on our way, I think, to close the gap. I seem to have a little stopping point here in the 72s. I don't see anything real major to get me out of this position yet.
Activity is certainly not huge. There is kind of a wait-and-see attitude. The current pricing's definitely have stabilized.
We definitely have a block of initiative buying, or I should say passive buying, around the 68 to 69 areas. Well, actually, it's all the way down to about the 64.75 to 68 areas. So by this time now, we'll move our stop to break even for our 64s.
Expectations in pricing or Fed fund futures, that would make sense, even though logic dictates that a Fed now doing
pause the video. Alright, we're moving our stop up to 69. That'll guarantee us 5 points per contract times 3 no matter what. And that's the bottom of the B period, by the way. We'd have to test the B period low. And the C period opens up in 6 minutes. And there's a good block of volume that we've accumulated in this consolidation area from the 73s up to the 75s that is has a positive bias. We have 188,000 plus shares, contracts in this B period with 11,600 plus bias. So so far everything's so good. The C period just opened up a minute ago, and we made a high at 81. Now we're retracing a little bit, so we're going to stick here. Our stop's moved up to 69. If we break above the 82s, we'll move our stop up. We're going to take the 75.50s out because the C period couldn't make a new high. It looks like we're consolidating here. We'll look for a re-entry, but 75.50s makes us over 30 points on that trade, and that's good enough by 10:30. We just had a litter of 6 kittens, so we're going to go and watch them and play with them a bit and enjoy the nice trade this morning. We'll produce this snippet, and if we do break over the 82s, then we'll look for, you know, a re-entry. But we took the profit at 75.50. We didn't wait for our target at 90 simply because it looked like we could be a little toppy here and congest, you know, which could put us down a bit before a re-entry occurs. So 75.50.